Yes, people, 2 years ago, I started the gym. I started and I made so much progress. I went from a skinny, scrawny guy and I able to build a good physique. I was able to become really strong, to be able to bench over 100 kg. This was all just within my first 2 years of the gym and I was proper proud of myself. But as I became stronger, as I became more muscular, as I became heavier, I started to lack athleticism. I wasn't as fast. I wasn't like even able to run far anymore. I was just sort of muscle bound. So whenever I was like playing football with my friends or I was doing basketball or I was like just doing a sport with my friends just to have fun, not to do it properly, not to do it like at any level, just to have fun at the park. I was just like muscle bound. I couldn't run far. I'd be tired fast. I'd start sweating. I just didn't have as much as a good time as I did before. As a real highlight for me, like growing up and like through my life, was like when you're playing football, it's a competitive game and like you're scoring goals, or you're not even scoring goals, but you're just having a good time and you're like able to keep up with everyone. You're not the slow person, you can't really play. I started to be that person. I remember going for a jog one day and it was like New Year's Eve and I was like, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to jog every day. And I did it. I ran to Tesco's, which is literally about half a mile. And I remember running back and I remember like being drenched in sweat. And before, this used to be light work for me. Like I'd run back there and like there and back easily. Like it wouldn't be effort at all. But like I was drenched in sweat. My legs, I remember my quads like just burning and just like, because I was so heavy, like I was just struggling so much with it. And this made me realise like how unathletic I was. As I like bodybuilding, I liked lifting weights, but it wasn't like, I didn't want to be a bodybuilder. I didn't want to be a guy just with pure muscle. Instead, I wanted to be this athletic guy. I always imagined myself as like just someone who can do everything, like doing a handstand, doing a backflip, running fast, lifting weights, like a hybrid athlete, someone who can do just anything and everything. And I realised that bodybuilding wasn't the method to do this. Like bodybuilding just made me good at bodybuilding. So I wanted to search for like a way where I can become athletic. I wanted to search for the training style that would benefit me in more than just looking good. And on the search, the first thing I came across was CrossFit. This is like, it's just a mix of everything, CrossFit. I would describe it as it's like weights with calisthenics, with like running and biking, and it was Olympic lifting. It had all of it in one. And I did this maybe for 3 months, maybe a bit longer than that. And I liked it. I prefer that training style to bodybuilding now, but it was still like there was something missing. Like I couldn't, like I had to learn Olympic lifts. I had to learn the like weird pull-ups and it just wasn't for me. I just preferred to just keep it like basic and just do like, just like still have that bodybuilding intensity to it. I still have that like training hard, but to become athletic at the same time. So that's when I stumbled upon Joe Rogan. He's like a MMA type of guy, podcaster, and he spoke about kettlebells a lot. And so I thought like I wanted to give this a try, and I started just with kettlebell workouts I found online, just for ones you get off YouTube. And I started to really enjoy kettlebells. So it was like I was determined to do kettlebells more and more as I found I was becoming fitter, like, and I was training hard, but I didn't feel like I was weaker. I remember after about the 3 months of CrossFit, I went back to try the bench press to see how much like strength I lost, as I thought I'd be way weaker because I haven't done it. But I remember being able to feel as strong. I remember doing 100 kg and just being able to easily rep it out. And it just I felt as strong as I did before. So this is sort of a time when I discovered Tread Fast. I was searching for the kettlebell workouts and I found Tread Fast, which is like a functional training method which uses kettlebells and body weight. And this was like when at this point, this was the start of when it started to change a lot and I started to get in a lot better shape. So I remember the first maybe like 4 or 5 sessions I was like getting into it. I was easing myself in, learning everything. And once I learned everything, I did my first like proper session. I was just drenched in sweat. Like I did it. I was so surprised how that was possible to like be that tired and feel so weak, as I was doing 16 kg kettlebells at the time, one in each hand essentially. And I was doing it and I was watching on the screen the other people do it. And you know, one person has 32 kg kettlebells in each hand. And I'm thinking like, how is that physically possible? Like, I saw myself as strong. I saw myself as like, pretty like up there with like athletes. I saw myself as like a bad athlete. Like I was pretty up there. I mean, I was watching people just like smash everything I did. I was doing burpees and they're doing twice as fast. I was like my mind sort of just saw this new level, saw this new stage that I could be at, and I was excited because I'm like, I'm gonna be able to lift 32 kgs one day. So this is when it started. I stopped this like bodybuilding, like training very low intensity split where I would just do the weight, put it down, have a rest, listen to music. And I started this high intensity shred fast where I'm training for just an hour a day instead of the 2 hours doing. And I'm just going at it. Each morning I'd wake up, get to the gym, and I'd just do the shred fast on the mat, and I'd go as hard, like just full intensity, like you had to do full intensity. And I'd be sweating, I'd be dripping. And after each one, you'd feel like elevated. I don't know how to explain it. You feel like you can just crush your day. Like that was so hard. Everything in the day is easy, everything's light, and you're just like elevated, you're energized for the rest of the day. And I love that feeling. That's what got me like, that's what stuck me to the program, was a feeling of elevation after. So I started to get really motivated with gymming, and I started to like have my mind set on a goal to just get better at shred fast, to get better. And this goal, like I didn't really care about how I looked as much anymore. I was happy I was in shape. I was a lot bigger than everyone else. And that's like all I cared about. Now it was like, I've got to get past these 16 kgs. It feels embarrassing. And doing this, like stopping my goal from just looking good to this, it somehow made me look better. It somehow got me in better shape. Like I started to get abs, my shoulders started to get bigger. And like, I didn't even care about it. I weren't even like thinking about what muscles to hit. Like I need to do upper chest to make my chest look more symmetrical. I need to hit like my rear delts to make them rounder. Like I just stopped caring about that, and I just started like just working out and just being like, I want to just get better at this stuff. And it got me in shape as I was sweating each day. I was training hard each day, and I had like a clear goal and drive. As every day I was just like, that's the first thing I ever gave 100% to each day, and I was committed to it. I weren't missing days. I weren't like slacking like I would in the gym, and I'd have days where I wouldn't train as hard. I wouldn't push myself. Instead, it was like I'd show up and I'd actually do it. I'd actually try as hard as I can. And obviously those days where it didn't go too well, you know what I mean? It was like a bad session and whatnot. But even in the bad sessions, I was still sweating. I was still like, my shoulders were still killing me after. And all this consistency I had in the gym, all this like mentality I had of training hard now, pushing myself, it correlated into like my diet for one. It made me really like review what I was eating, what I was doing, as I was so obsessed with this goal. I still am. I'm so obsessed with this goal. It's like, I can't allow myself to eat as many Belgian buns anymore. I can't eat as many cookies anymore. Because I've got to achieve this goal, man. And the goal, the drive that Shred Fast gave me was, it just fixed it all for me. And but it set higher standards, like with my college work, with just like school, trying to like make a personal brand for myself. All these things, like, it made me like, yeah, I've got to do this. It made me try as hard as I can and like put effort. So I started doing the workouts right, and it just correlated to the other stuff. And it made me just invest, just actually try 100% at myself instead of like half-assing it half the time. So now I'm here. I would say I'm in like I'm easily in the best shape I've ever been in. And I'd say I'm like, as an 18-year-old boy, I'm like by 20, like I'm pushing, but I'm going to be so athletic by 20. It's the best way to say it. And I'm confident of that. I know if I just stick on my path, I keep doing these two things of just eating clean and doing the shred fast, like I'm going to surpass everyone I know with ease. As I'm 18, and I've trained for people so much older than me, so much bigger than me, so much heavier than me. And I'm outrunning them. I'm out like lifting them. I'm just able to be a level above them. And some say like, oh, you got really good genetics and whatnot. And like, maybe I do, but I'm pretty certain in my head, like I've just worked harder than anyone. And because of Shred Fast, it's like pushed me to the next level and made me just work extremely hard. So right now, I've currently been doing it for about 9 months, and I've gone from 16 kg kettlebells to 24s. I'm doing the 24s decently consistently, and I'm like, it's making me push myself, and it's making me get stronger and stronger. And obviously I want to work all the way up to those 32s, but right now I'm loving it, and I'm loving like the sweat and the fulfillment you feel after. That's what it is. It's like when I'm like drenched in sweat and like my t-shirt's like stuck to me, and it's disgusting feeling. But like I know the amount of hard work it took to make your t-shirt like drip with sweat, and like the mat you see on the floor like have sweat marks on it. It's so fulfilling. It's so like, you know you've done good. You know you've worked hard. So Shred Fast has transformed my physique, as this just made me more of a disciplined person, and it's made me just sweat each day. And that's correlated to the rest of my life, where I've started to eat better and I've started to do more, as this has been the first program that I think I've ever stuck to for a long period of time. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe down there, and I'll see you in the next video.